welcome to my first Vinny the Van vlog where we will be taking on the monumental task of sanding. Now, we started this project on a rainy day, which I advised against, and everybody quickly found that I was right. And so instead we retreated out of the rain and went on a supplies run to get some things that we'll be needing for this project. I was quickly distracted by seeds, as you can see, but we did manage to get what we needed. We got lots of sanding blocks, sandpaper, which we will use with palm sanders, and then we also got some filler that's going to come into play later, and some primer that we will also be using at a later stage, but we went ahead and got it today. Now the first big step is to sand out all of these rust spots and get them as smooth as we can. There are a lot of rust spots on this van because it came from South Carolina, a beach town where rust is rampant, and it's an old van, so it's just bound to happen. So first step is going to be to sand all of this down as smooth as we can get it. Once I was geared up, it was time to get going. The goal is to take all of the rust areas, sand them down smooth so where you can't feel it. Put some stuff on it to stop the rust, fill the holes, such as here, with, it's called Great Stuff. It's like a filler foam for everything and anything and everything. Sand it again, Bondo it, sand it again, prime it, and then eventually paint it, which is a long way out. Overall, this sanding probably took a good half a day, if not more, with about 3 of us working on it. Here I am in my standard gremlin sanding pose. But it was really nice to get it all done in one day. However, there were quite a few bigger holes like this, where the frame was completely rusted through. It was falling apart, very flaky, and so we had to fill those a little bit differently. I still sanded the edges with a palm sander, and then we went in with an angle grinder to get out the bigger bits and kind of soften the edges to prepare it for filling with foam. Next up, we're putting on some OSPO. It helps to stop the rust. So all these spots that we already sanded, they will re-rust very quickly if we don't stop that from happening. So this just paints on super easy with a little paintbrush. This is my sister's craft paintbrush. I hope she doesn't care. I picked a messed up one, so. Wipe off the sanding dust before you paint. It over and over and over again. This part was actually pretty enjoyable and a very fast task, since you really don't have to worry about making a mess, which is nice, and I liked it. Next up, I'm going to tackle this little roof line here. It's like a gutter that goes all the way around the roof, and it is very rusty from all the rainwater that has hit it over the years. So currently I'm crawling up and down this ladder to sand this little gutter. There's a little garter rail over the roof to catch rainwater. Sanding that down on the outside using a wire brush attached to a drill to clean out the inside channel, and then hitting it with the with the OSPO to stop rust again. So I'm gonna do the whole rooftop. Next up is sanding down the roof, which is pretty much the same process as I've been doing this whole time, which is just using the palm sander to make it nice and smooth and flat and get that filmy old paint off. At one point, all three of us were working on it and we made this beautiful symphony. And then just like that, we were all done with the first round of sanding. There is still much more sanding to do after a couple of other steps, but for now it is time to wipe our hands of it, give the dog a good belly scratch, and do a little wrap up for you guys. About done for the day. So I finished one side, the far side and the back side, sanding down the rust spots, wiping off the rust dust, hitting it with the OSPO to stop further rust from happening. I also sanded the little gutter rail across the top of the roof that catches the rainwater. It's very bad. There's lots of holes coming through that we're going to Bondo over and then sand again before painting it. So just a lot of the same over and over again until it's done. Lots of rust spots I gotta hit on the rest of the van, and then we'll move on to the hopefully more fun part of filling in the holes and painting. Thanks for watching. Feel free to like and subscribe. I would appreciate you. Comment down below if you have any paint suggestions or other suggestions on products I should be using or steps I should be taking doing this. I am obviously an amateur and I would appreciate the gentle advice. And hopefully I'll see you again soon in my next video.